Coming to you from an undisclosed location, somewhere deep in the heart of the Santa Monica Mountains, I am your intrepid host, L.A. Marzulli. Welcome to another episode of Questions with L.A. Welcome to Questions with LA, and we'll get into all your questions. But first, a word from our trusted sponsor. Folks, if you've got a question, shoot us an email, questions@lamarzulli.net. That's questions@lamarzulli.net. We are still in 2023, and I'm desperately trying to play catch up, which is why I'm doing more and more questions shows. So we'll get into that, but first, a word from our trusted sponsor. Heart disease, blood clots, strokes, and kidney failure. This all can be found on the back of a ibuprofen bottle. And to top it all off, ibuprofen doesn't even get to the main cause of your pain and swelling problems. It's only temporary pain relief. And it's only masking the true problem, which is inflammation. This isn't a solution to your pain. Right now, you can go to getnativepath.com/LA. I'll say that again, and it's right in the screen below. Getnativepath.com/LA to learn more and see your special offer for being a Mark Z listener. Folks, it's not only ineffective, it's expensive and downright dangerous, especially for seniors. That's why researchers are saying to add this Antarctic super nutrient to your diet. I'm talking about omega-3 fatty acids, but not just any form of omegas. These are omega-3 fatty acids sourced from wild-caught krill. The omega-3 content from krill oil has been shown to support healthy blood pressure, circulation, brain health, as well as reduce inflammation, swelling, and joint pain. In fact, it can outperform ibuprofen, Advil, and Tylenol, and it doesn't have the dangerous side effects mentioned above either. Better yet, for a limited time, you can grab Native Path Antarctic krill oil for as low as $23 a bottle. Just go to getnativepath.com/LA. Once again, getnativepath.com/LA right now to get your special offer for being a part of Mark's audience. Or click on the link below this video. Okay, this is from Tony. I have a couple of questions. Why would the fallen angels have reproductive parts and semen in the first place? Wouldn't that mean that angels reproduce in heaven? No, not necessarily. What does Genesis 3:15 tell us? It's right there. It's not taught in most churches. I learned about it from my older brother, Gary Stearman. And his incredible lecture at the Nephilim Mounds Conference a long time ago, at least 10, 12 years ago, stated the title of that was, It's All About the Seed. So Genesis 3:15 states this. And you can tap dance around all you want. But once again, it says this, Jesus, the pre-incarnate Christ, is in the garden, pointing to a dragon. Your seed will be at war at enmity with the seed of the woman. The one coming from the woman, the proto-evangelion, the Messiah, will crush the dragon's head. Crush your head, you will bruise his heel. That's the entire biblical narrative right there. If we don't understand what Genesis 3:15, then when you ask questions like this, why are angels reproducing? Genesis 6, the book of Enoch tells us that the 200 watcher angels descended where? On Mount Hermon. When? In the days of Jared. And what did they do? They took wives. This is why if we don't embrace the seed war, if we don't come to an understanding of the seed war, the rest of the Bible becomes, I don't understand it. Because then we have this maniacal, capricious God, genocidal God, who destroys Sodom and Gomorrah, who gives the mandate to Joshua and to Caleb, go into Canaan, wipe out all the inhabitants. But the moment we factor in the Nephilim that are there in the promised land, and the Nephilim are the progeny, the byproduct of fallen angels, that's right, and human earthly women, creating a hybrid being known as the Nephilim. Then when we get to Daniel chapter 2, verse 43, their seed will mingle with the seed of men, but they will not cleave to them. What are we talking about? It's all about the seed, and everything goes back to Genesis 3:15. Do I understand it all? No, I don't. Nobody does. But we have enough clues to understand that it is a seed war. Number two, have the microchips that have been removed from abductees been examined? What did they find them to be or do? Thank you and love your work, Tony. Thanks, Tony, for writing in. I really appreciate that. Yes, in our Watchers series, here we go, streaming.lamarzulli.net. Tony, do your homework. You can watch the implant removal. I believe it's number 8 in the Watchers series. For $4.99, you can watch the whole deal. When we actually take out and remove the implant, then a couple of days later, we are at Seal Lab looking at the implant under a scanning electron microscope. I don't have time to get into all the aspects of it, but that's why for $4.99, you can watch the film. Here's the deal. I'm with you for a couple of minutes on these questions, and I try to answer your questions. There are now 30 films in our stable, in our house, Spiral of Life house. There's 30 films, and hats off to Gil Zimmerman. I think Gil and I have done 8 films together now, 7 films together, and we're growing. We will be filming at the Prophecy Watchers Conference in a couple of weeks in Colorado Springs, Colorado, and I hope to see you there. I'll be speaking twice on Saturday. So, yes, Tony, they have been examined. I would challenge you and exhort you to please go to streaming.lamarzulli.net and go to the Watchers series. And for the price of a cup of coffee, you can check it out. Thanks so much. This is from... looks like it's from Curtis. Actually, it's from Ildiko. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. So, LA, thank you for all you do. I appreciate that. You are being received by the remnant. Many young adults are interested in this topic, and you are reaching them. Well, thank you for the kind words. I don't want to get on your show. I just have a question. Do you still have a doctor who can remove implants? Right now, we do not. If you are a medical professional, a surgeon who can assist with this, I'm reaching out to you via this show. Please shoot me an email, la@lamarzulli.net, la@lamarzulli.net. It's right on the screen right there. That is one of my emails, and I'll try to get back to you. We are looking for a surgeon who can do that because we know that people have implants and they want them out. So let's continue. This is from Inga. I have photos and videos of lightning I took, and there are odd things on the lightning bolt. Also, objects flying around a lightning storm. I would like to know your thoughts, please. I do a few photos, but I will attach one for now. You know what? There are orbs. When you've got that type of electricity in the air, you can have all sorts of bizarre phenomenon attached just to a lightning storm. You can have orbs, you can have static electricity, you can have St. Elmo's fire, you can have all sorts of atmospheric conditions. So yeah, it can be high strangeness with an electrical storm, but there's nothing like seeing a craft in the sky like this, and then you know that you're not in Kansas anymore. Hope that helps. This is from Kevin. This may be just a coincidence, but when we were showing the updated trail cam picture of the recreation of a Nord's image by the homeowner, I noticed this image in the background. It looks like one of the elongated skulls with big dark eyes. This does not appear in any of the other shots. Kevin, that's really interesting. I saw that. I know what you're talking about. By the way, our condolences go off. Ron passed away just a short while ago, a few days ago. And Lucinda, his widow, sent me the email, and we all prayed for him. It was Ron and Lucinda, and they sent me the pictures of what we call the Nord on the game trail camera. And Ron succumbed to the illness, and we're sorry for that, and our prayers go with Lucinda. Please keep her in your prayers, and we thank you for that. Kevin, I see what you're saying, and I understand. You know what? It's hard to say. I see what you're saying, and I keep things like this on the back burner. I'll do one more, and then we'll sign off. This is from Rod. I just watched the EB3 interview. Looks real. Trying to wrap my head around it. Is it a demon? If so, how did the others die? I think it lied, but some things sounded true, such as the time frame of a nuclear war. Appreciate any response, and I'm fine with a short two-sentence answer. Thanks for being there for us. And once again, that's from Rod. I've seen the clip. It's hard to say what we're looking at. Could it be a puppet? Yeah, it could be. The idea of a nuclear war, I state that, and I've been stating it. I think that's the trigger. I really do. In the new book, which will be released, The very last chapter, I lay it all out. I will be at Prophecy Watchers Conference in a couple of weeks in Colorado Springs, Colorado, prophecywatchers.com, prophecywatchers.com. I will be speaking on this and alerting the body of Christ to what I think the end game is here, because it's coming down. The craft are physical. Implants are physical. Being abducted is a physical manifestation. This is not demonic delusion. Implants are not demonic delusion. The craft is real. This is why when we went to Roswell and we had 2 metal detectors and we found 2 pieces of the wreckage. I'm not making this stuff up. There it is. Thanks so much for watching, folks. Please go to our streaming site and do your homework and download several of the videos. There are now 30 films to watch. Streaming.lamarzulli.net, streaming.lamarzulli.net. I'll be back again with more questions for LA, and hopefully I will get them answered for you. Thanks so much for watching.
Officials endeavoring to obtain all top flying saucers.
Marcel's own words, it was something that he'd never seen before. Something from another world. In our opinion, Marcel was a patsy.
Just verbal directions. We know what about it.
No, but his father was telling the truth.
He dead in the eye, and he said, it really happened. And he held his hand up just like this. They had 6 fingers, not 5.
He said they looked quite a bit like us.
Do you think your grandfather was a patsy?
100%.
Cover up by the U.S. military.
Do you believe our government has made contact with intelligent extraterrestrials?
I can't discuss in public setting.
Do we have the bodies of the pilots?
Biologics came to some of these recoveries.
He deliberately obfuscated and they lied to the American people.
When the Pentagon decided to lie about what happened at Roswell.
Because standing 6 feet away, this little being about 3.5 foot tall.
She said the nurses who were there during the crash, they're now at a convent.
The first book that Randall wrote, and he said to Jess, he said, that's not fiction.
But for everybody, I mean, this is a human thing. It's a worldwide changing, life-changing for everyone.
It was certainly not a weather balloon and not something from this earth.